Hello everyone, Northwoods Fairy here. This is my friend I just bought from one of those like hippie shops. He's got incense in him. I don't know if you can see the smoke. I named him Father Stump, I think. I name all of my little things like this. I got gnomes outside in my backyard and or my front yard, and each of them has a name. Maybe I will show that to you sometime. But anyways, so today I wanted to talk to you about something. I had someone email me, and they were talking about how, let's just put it this way, they're very depressed, and they were wondering how Reiki 1, where I got the Reiki cleanse or the Reiki attunement, went for me. And they were wondering, everything I've been through and things like that, and how I'm doing, how it's helped me. Sorry if my makeup's a little messed up. I try to look pretty for you guys, but I am a mother now, so yeah, it's kind of difficult. I have my little owl earrings on. But anyway, so I am not trying to call anyone out or anything like that. But this person wanted me to talk about these things. So basically they asked me, have I ever had mental disorders? Did Reiki help with it? Because they are really struggling. And also, my eye doesn't look really messed up. I'm sorry. Also, I think I messed it up more. Also, they were telling me that they are at their wits' end. They cannot afford therapy, which is common for some people, and they don't know what to do. So what is my story? Basically, they wanted to know, which I don't know. And I told them, I really don't know if I feel comfortable telling my story, because honestly, Reiki did help me a lot, but spirituality in general helped me a lot. So basically, this is going to be a video for the person who I will not mention. But I want you to know that you are very special and that you deserve good things. Say hello to Father Stump. You can see the smoke coming out of him. I don't know what kind of incense it is. It smells really good though. I've been using a lot of incense. I don't believe in Mercury in retrograde, but I don't take a chance either. I believe that it's possible, if you give it attention, that it could cause you problems, but I don't give it attention, and I just burn a lot of incense and sage and have my spray that I make. I'll spray it. It's filled with eucalyptus, I think, sage, and moon water from the last eclipse. So I just take, precautions. I consider it all energy and science, while other people consider it witchcraft or whatever. But I'm about to tell you a little bit about my story, and then I'm going to explain to you why life is so wonderful that even if you feel suicidal, that you shouldn't have to. And I've been there, believe me. So this is going to be, maybe I am going to tell you a bit more about me. This is going to be a bit no holds barred, okay? Okay, so like I said, this is going to be no holds barred. I am not sure how comfortable I feel doing this right now because I am older, and honestly, a lot of the things that I've had issues with in my life, I don't want to blame other people anymore. Even though they contributed, they made mistakes. It is something that I think personally I have learned to let go, because I realized something, and this is something I think a lot of people need to realize, is that life is way more than what you see on TV, what happens to you when you're little. If you hold on to what happened to you when you were little, even though I'm not telling you should just heal like that. No. I'm telling you should get help to heal somehow, whether it be watching videos on YouTube, looking into spirituality to help you, reaching out, getting a psychologist, whatever, getting on medication there, which is okay. It's okay to be on medication, okay? Even with Reiki, if you're on medication, as long as, well, this could be debatable, but if you're a Reiki practitioner and you're on a medication, and as long as you've been on it for a decent amount of time and your body's accustomed to it, you can still get an attunement and it works just fine, distance or in person. So anyways, I don't want to blame anyone, and I don't want to be playing pity party, okay? But as a child, one of my parents was very abusive, and I ended up living with my dad when they got a divorce. And my father worked a full-time job and a part-time job, and I was like 10. And people have experienced way worse things than me, so I do not want to throw my father or my mother under the bus, because they did the best they could with what they were given. It may not have felt like that when I was little. I didn't understand it, but now I do. So basically, I really don't want this to be a bad mouthing session. Okay. So basically, I was abandoned in a lot of ways. This is hard for me to say, because he didn't do it on purpose, but I had to do everything alone. I got picked on really bad. I've been called fat my whole life. People think I'm pretty. I don't see it. I've had anxiety disorder since a child. Really bad. It's gotten better over the years. So then, the other parent, who I don't blame either, she would get mad at me and not talk to me for sometimes a year, months to a year. And being a child, it felt very like I didn't have that parent. And it hurt pretty bad, especially when I seen other kids with theirs. And there was molestation, rape, and all kinds of things that went on. I'm not going to get into detail. So it caused me a lot of cognitive distortions, which in psychology basically means that your brain, based off of what you experienced that was messed up, is got this distorted idea of everything, because you've seen so much of it like that. You happen to be that. You tend to think that that is all life, and it's not. So in my 20s, my teens and 20s, I did a lot of bad things because I just didn't care about life anymore. I wasn't just molested and raped by certain people. It was being stupid, getting drunk. It was guys that were friends or things like that. And I was told by an ex-boyfriend that you put yourself in that position. So I never really had my parents to go to about anything, and I ended up dating someone much older than me. And he, was afraid that I was going to leave him, so he would be quite manipulative at times because he was afraid that I would leave him, and he would gaslight me, which if you look up the definition of gaslighting, it's a very manipulative form of abuse, mental abuse. I was with him for 4 years and friends with him on and off, and felt the need to be friends with him and close to him. I felt like he was my only family because we had been through so many bad things together. And basically, so I've been through a lot of abusive relationships where I literally got beat, threatened to get killed, dated, but I don't want to blame anyone, and I don't want to point a finger anymore. It's just not me. Like, I love life. I love being alive. Those things were just experiences, and they were a result of what I had put myself in. And I'm not saying anyone should ever, just think they can get over something. It took counseling, spirituality, and I was born a Christian. However, I am still Christian, believe in Jesus, worship Jesus, but I believe that a lot of the other religions like Wicca and Reiki and all these other things are a science, and I believe there's truth to them. And a Christian would tell me that I'm wrong and that I'm not a real Christian. However, that is not how I feel, because I do love God and I believe in an almighty creator and Jesus and enlightened people like Buddha. So that's what I believe in, and that is what has helped me through my hard times. Now, I was struggling for quite some time with anger from things that were happening in my family because of siblings. Having to do, I'm going to put some lip gloss on here. Having to pick up the pieces when a sibling walked off on our children was very hard for everyone in my family, and that person still does not understand that you can't make excuses and you can't blame other people. It was her choice. I don't want to call her out, though. I don't want to call anyone out. She could be watching this. I don't know. But 1 second here. So basically, this is all very hard for me to say, and I hope you all understand. I don't like living in the past anymore. I did for a lot of my life in my 20s, and I continue to have bad experiences, while now I am like almost a different person because of spirituality and because of basically, Reiki and the things that I researched and things that I've done to improve my life. So basically, I don't really like to live in the past because I'm not there anymore, and I have my whole life ahead of me. I don't want to once you're out of a situation, you should really, if you're struggling with the past, I suggest that you get help and find a way to deal with it. And because you have your whole life ahead of you and you don't want to live in that horrible place, that horrible time and period. So I've been through a lot of things, and I probably haven't been through as much as other people. I don't want to get into any more specific details. I do not want to badmouth my parents or anyone, ex-boyfriends, anything. What I do want to do, however, is tell you what Reiki did for me based off of that. I was still struggling a lot with these bad things, and my eye does look really messed up. But anyway, so I was still struggling with these really bad things and had a lot of anger, and these bad situations would pop in my head, and it was causing a toll on my marriage, and I was afraid that I was going to be a mother that didn't break the cycle. They call it spiritual ties or generational curses and stuff, even in Christianity. So I knew I had to do something. And I had a calling. Basically, on Facebook, I was a part of an energetic and healing group. And I asked about Reiki. And there were some Reiki teachers on there. And my teacher happened to be on there. And she has helped me with a lot. She did my first attunement, and my second attunement will be in July. So I'll be a Reiki practitioner level 2, which means that I can do distance healing and help people. And I want to do it affordable so that people can heal. Because it is important if the world is going to heal people, it all starts with one person, and you never know. Eventually I'll be a Reiki practitioner teacher and a level 3, and I will hopefully be able to make other people the same, and they will be able to help people. But basically, now let's talk about my experience with my attunement. My attunement was a distance one. And basically, if you don't know what Reiki is the life force, the energy inside of you. It is called Chi, or spelled Ki, or Chi in English, and Ki in Chinese. It is prana in Hindu, and prana is with yoga and all that stuff. It is the life force, and basically this attunement opened me up, cleared blockages in my body. I felt different immediately the first day. Like everything that would normally make me angry, upset, trigger my borderline personality disorder didn't work. Things that people trying to make me angry or trying to hurt me, it didn't hurt anymore. Sometimes I think about it, but it didn't hurt anymore. During the attunement, I seen colors, I felt sensations, my hand jerked when I had my eyes closed, and it was like this, and the teacher said she had put a symbol, because symbols are a very big part when you become Reiki 2 and 3. They help with distance healing and with specifying, where Reiki to go, because Reiki goes where Reiki goes. But you can't guarantee anything, but the symbols help to direct things. So she said that in her left hand, she put a symbol, and I think it was shokore. I'm not sure. Which is the symbol. And she said that my hand jerked. I felt all these sensations. I had some visions. I think I seen a spirit guide. I felt love in my heart. I felt a healing. I felt sensations in different parts of my body, and I felt amazing afterwards. I was super tired during the whole session. Like when I was, doing the class, she was going over the manual with me and everything that I had learned to study up until that point, and we were doing it via web distance. And she ended up, I felt like she was there. Distance didn't make a difference. It felt like she was there, and I felt so good after. Like, I told her all the sensations I had, the visions I had that I didn't even remember at the time. I messaged her about later. I felt really tired before the whole attunement. I had trouble, keeping up in her session. I was so tired because of my baby. But by the time she was done, I was wide awake. Like, I felt like I'm awake. I'm alive. I'm awake. And it felt absolutely amazing. And I have been, they tell you as a Reiki 1, you work on yourself first, then family and friends. So I've been working on myself as much as I can every day, going through the motions, picturing the Reiki coming down through my head, going through my arms into my palms, through my head, my pineal gland, the crown, the sacral chakra, the heart chakra, the root chakra, all the different chakras. And I've been doing that, and it's been nice out every day, and it's been really helpful. I also did an attunement or a Reiki session on my husband, and he has a lot of pain from injuries doing construction. And he felt sensation, pain in his knee, which would scare a lot of people, but it didn't scare him because he had not felt any feeling in that knee that he had surgery on in quite a while. And he felt a sensation in his knee. He felt pain, and then after we were done with the whole session, I went through his entire body, and I just was kind of being guided. You really have to work on your meditation if you're going to do something like this. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because the person asked me, did Reiki help me? Yes, it did. And if you feel a calling for it, then you need to seek it out, I think, because it could be your calling, okay? So, I don't know, but that's just my opinion. Can you see the smoke coming out of him? He's got smoke. Okay. Father Stump. Anyways, so basically, his knee hurt, which was a sensation he hadn't felt because it always felt numb. Then after the session, he felt no pain and he felt sensation in his knee. He seen colors during the time I was doing the Reiki session. He's seen colors that were associated with chakras, like his crown, which is like I believe it's like a purple, and there's like a blue indigo. He's seen by his root or his sacral chakra all the way at the feet. He's seen those colors, and he said he had a vision. So it worked pretty well. It was really interesting. My baby was sick, and I did a little bit on her, and she felt better. Now, as Reiki 1, I am reading the symbols right now. However, I am not, fluent with them or anything. So I just use Reiki the way that I was attuned. So I was opened up to be a conduit or an empty vessel where it flows through. and it takes a lot of mind support. But I will tell you this, doing the Reiki, I have heard other stories like from my aunt and other people. You can even look it up online. Some people have good experiences, some have bad. It depends on what the Reiki is doing for you. However, we cannot control necessarily what it's doing because it's doing what it knows to do. We are just empty vessels, so you may not feel anything at all, and that is actually quite common. But if you do feel something, that's cool because that means that it's working on you, okay? And I did, and my husband did, and it was absolutely amazing. And I have heard of people having really bad experiences, like a family member of mine, an in-law. She had the experience that she was choking, and the Reiki practitioner didn't know what to do. And I don't really know what to think about that, but I did not experience anything like that. And I don't hear a lot about that. So I would just, tell you, be cautious. If you don't believe in it, it's not a good idea to do it. Unless if you fully believe and you're willing to fully believe and try. Because I think that's part of the problem, is that she doubted it a bit. And she got scared when she felt a sensation. But I don't know, and I can't speak on her behalf. So Reiki has very much helped me. I am happier. I am full of life. And now I want to explain to you why. Because this person said that they think about suicide quite often. So I want to explain to you what I have learned from a history of being, not necessarily that I wanted to kill myself, but thoughts of suicide, to being full of life, happiness, and energy. So I'm going to get into that in 1 second. Okay, so with this Reiki attunement, I have felt so much better, like I told you. And yes, I did pause it, and I think I forgot what I was saying, but I'm going to continue. Here are the reasons that I have figured out why we shouldn't be, why suicide or being suicidal, maybe you feel that way, why you feel that way, and how you can change your thinking. One really big thing that I found is that the media, now I'm not political, I watch Netflix and stuff like that for my daughter in the background or background noise. I'm very conscientious of what music I listen to. However, basically the media is something that I found is going to make you feel very negative. It's going to make you think that what's important, what they say is important, and it's not. Having a big booty, being super pretty, having big boobs, and being super strong, being a tall guy, being rich, all those things. That's what I feel like the media and those things do. And I stopped watching a lot of that. I stopped paying attention to the news. I don't fight with people over social medias about politics. I understand that there's important things involving the world and politics, but if I can't control it, I do not give myself into it because it is a waste of my time. And basically, I really don't. I have felt so much better since I don't get involved in it. You can't make someone else see your point of view by sitting there yelling at them or cursing them or trying to tell them how to think on the internet. That's not how it works. You have to work on yourself first. You have to work on your thought process, what you can do. And honestly, a lot of it is just a distraction. It is not what life is. Life is not what the media portrays. It is not about having a big booty. It is not about politics. It is not about having big boobs. It is not about having small boobs. It is not about having, being a man and having all this money and being super strong. All these stereotypes and things I feel like the media does are super unimportant. Okay? What is so great about life? Well, I have an example. I did tell you I'm a Christian, but I have an example of Wiccan or pagan theories. And I'm sorry if you don't agree with me, but that does not mean that I'm wrong. It's just a very good comparison. The maiden, mother, and crone, which is the different phases of the moon, the waxing moon, the full moon, and then the waning moon. So the first one is the maiden, and I was once the maiden, okay? As the maiden, I was confused. I was new to life. I was trying to figure out who I was. I was trying to do things with my life. I was very confused. I was determined, though. But I was very depressed. And I felt like in my situation, and this is not everyone's situation, I felt like I was not going to make it. So I always thought about, I don't want to die, but I really wish that something would happen because I don't understand why I'm alive. I don't understand. I don't feel beautiful like I'm supposed to on the media. I got picked on really bad in school, so, obviously I didn't feel like I was ever good enough. And then as soon as I became the mother, not just as the mother, but the age of the mother. I don't know if there's an age, but things started to change once I started to see things differently. I am now the mother, and I am actually a mother to a fur baby German Shepherd and my daughter, Stasia. So, as the mother, I realized that not every man is a pervert, that you can have a good relationship, that the important things are the memories, the moments that you enjoy, like playing hide and seek with a little baby that's going to be 1 year old, or when she says mama, mama, or dada, or doggy, or things like that, or taking her outside to go in the pool, or even as a mother figure, helping young children and giving them a way to live gratefully and happily. And that's just as important as being an actual mother, an adopted mother, a mother figure. But be a real mother figure. Don't be one that would walk away. Be one that stays. So as the mother, I realized, I gained weight. If you look at my old videos on my trucking channel, I was much thinner. I was in much better shape. And now I'm a little bit bigger. And that's okay, because I brought life into this world. I'm a portal. I have a happy, healthy baby girl who the doctor said is advanced. No, I'm not just saying that. That is the truth. But babies excel at different rates, so it doesn't mean that anyone else's baby is less. But I have a healthy young daughter, and as a mother, not only am I figuring things for my daughter, it's not about me anymore. It's not about that confusion. Where do I belong? And I'm not saying that becoming a mother will solve, your existential life crisis. What I am saying, however, is that for me, I did go through the phases of the maiden, and I didn't have a child till in my 30s. So I'm in my early 30s. So I wasn't even sure if I wanted a child. But now when I look at it, it helped me a lot because I enjoy the experiences of being a wife to the person that I waited for. And I had expectations, and I made sure that those expectations were met. And being a mother to a beautiful little baby girl who loves me and plays games with me, and I try to take her to do something fun every day, whether it be a pool, go visiting some other babies and friends, taking her to the store, things like that. Being a mother, not just a physical, gave birth to a baby mother, but the motherly figure is a beautiful thing because you begin to realize that it's not just about looks. You are going to get old. You are going to turn into that crone. And the crone is not a bad thing. The crone is a wise older woman. But right now I am the mother, and I don't have to. Yes, I gained some weight, obviously, from being a mother. I try to work out and lose it. However, it's not as easy as I thought it would be because I was working out during my pregnancy and I didn't expect for it to be this way. However, it is. And I still have a beautiful baby girl. I still have 2-3 YouTube channels, 2 of which are doing very well. My trucking channel and this one. I have people who reach out to me for help. I have a family. I have a house, a roof over my head. I have a car. And I always believed that that would happen. So a good example is the mother, maiden, and crone. Someday I will be the crone. I may not be beautiful looking. I may not be middle-aged or young and beautiful. I may be wise, older, a grandmother, older grandmother figure, and I will be able to tell them younger girls, yes, you're confused right now. You don't know why you're alive. You're confused about life, but you are going to be okay. You're going to be okay. You just have to not worry so much. And some of us who have not had, our parents weren't the most, our parents were not the most knowledgeable, or they did the best they could with what they were given, basically. That's what I say about my parents. And someday we'll be able to give advice about things like that, but you have to let go of the past. You have to realize that there's beautiful things to life besides a big booty, boobs, porn, being a guy with money or big abs. The things that are really sentimental in life are listening to a beautiful song, being out in the woods, going for a walk down your neighborhood, saying hello to people who like you in your neighborhood if you live in a city, enjoying your job if you can, searching for, never giving up and following your dreams. What else? Figuring out who you are and what you need and what you deserve. Things of that nature. So, going to the movies with somebody and enjoying the movie, going out to eat and enjoying the food, not being gluttonous but enjoying the food and the conversation maybe. Enjoying doing your lawn, planting flowers, growing herbs, having a good time, taking care of your health, being, setting goals and achieving them. Those are all things that are more will make you feel more alive than listening to the media, the politics, the bad music, the nasty movies, the nasty TV shows. Yes, I do watch TV shows and stuff like that, but I'm picky about what I allow in my consciousness because I want to be able to be happy and I don't want to blame anyone else. I am old enough to a point where I have control over my life, and if I blame someone else, that's just silly. You know, once you turn 18, you have it may not be easy, but you have the power to change your life, even if you were never given the knowledge or experience or essentials that you needed to succeed and be on your own. You can still do it. You can still teach yourself. And Reiki has helped me with that. And like I said, my whole thing with this is kind of a ramble, but with the mother, maiden, and crone is basically an example of I was the maiden, I am the mother. It is an experience. It is a beautiful experience. It has nothing to do with looks, even though I get a little insecure about my weight sometimes. Maybe you can't see it here, but in other pictures you might be able to. Let's see. It's like that. That's what being a mother is. It is sacrificing your body to bring another life into this world. And even though you can get back into shape, it is still worth the experience. You have to think of the other experiences. Okay? And as the crone, as an older woman, if you have feared becoming the crone your whole life, the wise older woman, don't fear it. Embrace it. Become that woman who is wise. Be like my mother-in-law. She is not with us anymore, but she was funny. She hit on the male nurses. She played pranks and jokes. She made people laugh. She made people happy. She gave you good advice, things like that. So basically, that is my example of how you can enjoy life. Stop watching the media so much. Stop involving yourself. You know, if you have to, deactivate your Facebook. If you have to, start listening to peaceful music, even though it's not country, rap, or rock. Or if you can find some country, rap, or rock that is, good for your soul. I like Tom Petty. I don't know. Old fashioned. I used to listen to it when I was little. But if you can find things that, are good for you and good for your soul, then that's good. But other than that, if you're watching CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, if you're listening to all these channels if you're watching all these weird TV shows, reality shows, I don't really think they're reality anyways, to be honest with you. Your reality is your reality. Why don't you live in your reality? Why don't you live in your reality? Why don't you go do some things that you like to do? Why don't you shut off your phone for a day and go do that? Why don't you think about yourself? Why don't you go do something you like to do that is good for your soul? Because I believe that's what we're here to do, is to grow our souls. Okay? So Reiki did help me. And that analogy of the mother, maiden, and crone is an example of how you should not be concerned with the distractions of the world. Be concerned about your life and what you do, and what you believe, and what kind of a person you turn out to be, and what experiences you want to experience. If you're not meant to be a mother or father, that's fine. The mother, maiden, and crone was just an example for me. But I don't expect a 16-year-old. I hope you don't go and get pregnant. You might want some experience first. Not judging. For your highest and greatest good. But I just want to show you guys that there is more to life than porn, boobs, butts, muscles in men with money, things like that. We are so much more than what we are portrayed. You have so much more to you than you will ever know. And I hope that this ramble has its connections. And I hope that you all understand what I'm saying and you have a great night. I know my voice, I don't feel like it was super relaxing, but this was meant to help you talk you out of suicide. Look forward to the things that are not of this world or, media, basically. Look forward to the things that you truly love, and you will find who you really are. Sometimes we deny who we really are. I did for a long time. Because I was a Christian, I didn't think that, I could believe that Buddha existed. Well, I believe that he did. He was a real person. And I didn't believe that Reiki, which is energy, which could be considered quantum theory, could be real. And now I've got a calling, and that is what I'm going for. And I'm happy, and I believe in my God more than ever. And whatever God you believe in, whatever religion you are. I don't believe Reiki is a religion. It's Chi and Chinese and Prana and Hindu. So, just remember that life is more than what they make it. Don't get distracted by all the silly little things that they try to distract you with. Like, oh, you have to look like this, or you have to be like this, you have to have this much money. You don't. People live in the country and don't make thousands upon thousands of dollars, and they own a lot of land and have, rivers in the back of their yards that they can have boat landings and go on, boat rides or tubing. You don't need millions of dollars to be happy. What you need is a good mindset and to keep yourself in the right place. And you will not feel suicidal anymore, I believe. But it is good to get help from a professional. I have. And I am proud of it. Because I am such a better person than I ever was. And now I'm going to let you go. I hope I explained that well to the person who needed it. Reiki did help me. That is a bit about my life. That is my opinion on how to be happier. Stay away from the media, okay? Unless if it's something you can actually control, then I wouldn't mess with it. I would worry about what you individually can do for another person. How you can help them without, needing praise or anything. And that is it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it, but I'm a little scared to post it. So please be kind. I didn't really want to talk about a lot of the things I did, but for you, I'll do that. Okay, you guys? I hope it helped. And I will make more if you need it. Thank you for emailing me. You know who you are. And I hope this helps you. I really do. Feel free to email me again. All right. Good night or good day, guys.